Everyone, and welcome back to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care. Or if you are watching with our YouTube community, then welcome back to The Lux Life. Either way, I'm Candy Washington, and it is my honor to help you attract more joy, wealth, and love into your life. So with that, we are going to talk about the law of attraction and the law of assumption to get anything that you want in this life. We are gonna do it. That's right, by the end of this episode, by the end of this video, you'll know how to use the law of attraction and the law of assumption to manifest anything that you want. But before that, if you want any weekly coaching, some premium exclusive resources, and a super supportive community of people who are glowing up their lives, be sure to check out our Lux Life VIP group. It is linked in the show notes and the description box. So check it out, see if you want to join. We would absolutely love to have you. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the law of attraction and the law of assumption. So first, let's talk about what is the law of attraction and what is the law of assumption. So the law of attraction, got really famous with The Secret and it all came out. But the basis of it is that like attracts like. So how you feel, how you think is what you will attract into your life. So what you send out is what you get back. If you feel wealthy, you will attract wealth. If you feel lovable, you will attract love. If you feel joyful, you will attract joy. If you feel abundant, you will attract abundance, right? So how you feel, what you feel energetically, what you put out energetically is what you will get back, which is great because that means we have power and control to consciously shape and create our lives and our reality. The law of assumption, which is made really famous by Neville Goddard. He's one of my favorite, I guess, spiritual teachers or philosophers, rather. He really believes that everyone is you pushed out, and you get what you believe, you get what you assume, which is very, very much like the law of attraction. What you think, what you believe is what you attract. And with the law of assumption, what you assume, who you assume yourself to be, what you assume that you have, what you assume that you can do is what you ultimately become, be, have, and do. So there are two different laws, but they work together, in my opinion. And I use both of them to manifest everything that I want. And there's so many other people out there who use the law of attraction and who use the law of assumption. But that's basically what it is. They both are essentially based on your belief system. What do you believe to be true? What do you assume to be true about what you have and who you are? And then that will ultimately is what shows up in your life. So let's talk about some ways to actually use the law of attraction and to use the law of assumption to manifest and create anything that you want. The first step is to become hyper self-aware. Really get clear, concise, and decisive on the words that you say, the thoughts that you think, and what you believe. A good way to do this is a good journal prompt. Write down, what do I believe to be true about myself? What do I believe to be true about my life? What do I believe to be true about what I can have? And write that down. And then look at it and decide, are these thoughts and beliefs that are life affirming, that are things that I want, or are these self-limiting beliefs? Beliefs that limit my potentiality, beliefs that keep me stuck, beliefs that keep me not making the money I want to make, not attracting the love I want to have, not living the life I'm meant to have. So, for example, a limiting belief could be, it is so hard to make money, or I always have to work for money, or people like me don't get to be wealthy, right? Those are self-limiting beliefs. Those are things that are keeping you stifled and stuck. Whereas a life-affirming belief, or a good, law of attraction, law of assumption belief that you want to have is, money flows easily and effortlessly into my life. I make money while I sleep. Money always comes to me. Money is my best friend, and money loves supporting me. Of course I have more than enough. Oh, I always have more money for everything I want, need, and desire. I make money so easily. Every time I spend money, I make money. I love circulating my money back to me. You know? What do you believe to be true about yourself? What do you believe to be true about your life? What do you believe to be true about what you can be, do, and have? And if your thoughts, if your belief systems are limiting and keeping you stuck, keeping you in scarcity, keeping you at your limited potentiality, then that's what you really need to flip and think about, because that is ultimately what you have been assuming about yourself. Law of assumption. Therefore, that's what you have been attracting into your life. Law of attraction. So if you assume, if you believe, if that is your state, that being wealthy is hard, that you are unlovable, that things will always be the way they are, then you are going to attract experiences and people and events in your life that affirms what you already assume and believe to be true. So that is how these two laws work together. What you assume to be true, what you believe, is what you ultimately attract. So you have to start getting very clear and conscious about what you are choosing to believe about yourself, because you don't get what you want. You get what you believe you are worthy and deserving of getting. So it's really about shifting that. So you want to become super self-aware. What are the thoughts you're saying throughout the day? Are you calling yourself stupid? Are you calling yourself fat? Are you saying you can't have this, you can't have that? You have to get very, very clear on what is your self-concept. Because until you believe that you are worthy and deserving and that you can have what you want, you will not be able to attract it into your life. So get hyper self-aware, and then use the next tools that we'll talk about in order to switch that mindset. So that way your belief system, your self-concept, what you assume to be true, is actually now in alignment with what you actually want to attract in your life. One way to do that is to focus on what you want instead of the lack. This shows up like, say you are in a rush and you're like, oh, I'm always late. I don't want to be 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 late. What you are affirming, what you are actually assuming to be true, is that you're late. Because you're saying, I don't want to be late, late, late. Your attention, your focus, your assumption is that you're always late. So even though you might be thinking that you are trying to attract, being on time, you're trying to attract, getting there, or, a different, disposition about yourself, you're actually assuming that you're late. I don't want to be late. I don't want to be late. I don't want to be late, right? Your focus is on the lateness. The way you switch that is to actually focus on what you want. I always get there right on time. I always have more time than I need, right? I'm a person who always gets there early. I always get there early. I always get there early. You see the difference? It's an energetic shift. One, you're focusing on the lack. You think you're thinking about what you want, but you're actually thinking about the lack. The other is actually focusing on what you want. You want to be a person that gets there early. You want to be a person who's always on time. You always want to be a person who always has enough time, right? I'm the type of person who never has to rush. I'm the type of person that everything makes way for me. I'm the type of person who always have more than enough time, right? That way you are starting to assume that you are the person who's early. You're the person who shows up. You're the person who has more time. You are the person that things make way for you. And what you assume about yourself is what you attract into your life. So be sure that what you are focusing on is actually what you want. Another example for that, let's think about a wealth money mindset when it comes to that. You could be thinking, I want to get out of debt. 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 What are you focused on? Debt, lack. Switch it. What is it that you actually want? I always have enough money for everything that I need. I always pay off my credit cards on time. I'm so happy and grateful that my house is paid in full. I love basking in the overflow of money, wealth, and abundance, or my increase in enjoyment. I always have more than enough for everything that I need. I love the overflow of abundance. Every month, I always have extra left over for just fun. I'm so happy and grateful that all my accounts are paid in full, right? So you're actually now thinking about abundance. You're thinking about what it is that you actually want rather than the lack of. So you have to get really mindful of what you're actually focusing on, what you're actually assuming, because I want to get out of debt. I want to get out of debt. The assumption is I am in debt. And when you assume, when you believe that you are in debt, you are attracting more debt. But when you switch it to, I always have more than enough that I need, I love the overflow in my life. Of course, I pay off all my credit card bills. Of course, I have extra money overflow. Of course, money flows to me easily and effortlessly. Of course, I have all of this money. Of course, I'm wealthy. I love being wealthy. I'm so happy and grateful for all of this wealth, abundance, and overflow in my life. Because if you have abundance and overflow, that in and of itself means that there is no lack, there is no debt. So you don't even have to say the word debt. You don't have to focus on debt. The fact that you are affirming and believing for abundance and overflow automatically eliminates the debt. And when you believe you are abundant, when you believe you are wealthy, when you believe that you have overflow for your increase in enjoyment, that is what you will attract to you, right? The next is gratitude. We all talk about, gratitude. To me, I like to practice gratitude in 3 ways. The first is I am grateful for what is presently working out, what I presently have, just thankful for it, show gratitude and thanks for it. The second is I love to show gratitude for what I am manifesting, right? So it's one thing to be grateful for what already has manifested. I have it, so it's easy to be grateful for it. I got it, right? But can you be grateful for what is to come? Can you be grateful for the life that you are creating? Can you be living in your apartment but grateful for the home that you see for yourself? Can you be single and be grateful for your partner that you have? Can you be in a bad relationship and be grateful for the healthy relationship that you're going to have? Can you be in a place of sadness but be grateful for the healing and the happiness and the joy that you know is still coming to you? Can you sit in that gratitude, right? That is a way to assume. When you are grateful for something that has yet to pass, that is the ultimate way that you are living in the law of assumption and belief, because you are assuming it to be true even though you cannot see it. And when you live in that much of belief and faith, you have to attract what you want. It has to come through. It has to manifest for you. The third way I like to practice gratitude is past gratitude. I'm thankful for the things that didn't work out. I'm grateful for the things I thought I wanted, but, God, universe, the divine had a higher, better, easier way. And so I didn't get what I thought I wanted. I'm so grateful it didn't work out. Or I'm so grateful that someone did something for me that they didn't have to do, or something happened to me miraculously that didn't have to happen. I can be grateful for what has happened. So I like to practice gratitude in all 3 timelines, past, present, and future. The next is to create mindful affirmations. I don't agree when people say that affirmations are positive statements. That's not true in my belief system. To me, I think affirmations just means what are you saying yes to and what are you affirming. Therefore, you can be affirming positive things, or you can be affirming negative things. It's just what you're saying yes to. It goes back to what we talked about earlier. What are your belief systems? Do you have a self-limiting belief system, or do you have a self-affirming belief system? So to me, affirmations in and of itself is not positive or negative. It's whether or not you are using your affirmations in a positive or negative way. Affirmations can be, I am healthy, I am whole. I am so happy and grateful that money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I am so happy and grateful that I am in a loving and happy and committed relationship. I am so happy and grateful that everything always works out for me. I am so happy and grateful for whatever it is. And again, when you do your affirmations, you can affirm for what you have, and then you also are affirming for what you are calling into your life, for what you want to manifest, for what you want to attract. So your affirmations is living in the law of assumption. You are assuming your affirmations to be true. And when you assume your affirmations are true, you're then able to attract that to yourself. So again, to me, law of attraction and law of assumption work together. When your assumptions are clear, when your belief system is clear, it is from that place that you attract and create what you want. And the way you get your assumptions in alignment and the way you get your belief system in alignment is through being self-aware, minding the way you talk to yourself, focusing on what you want and what you don't want, practicing gratitude, and of course now being mindful to create positive affirmations that you actually want to experience in this life. Because if you walk around all day saying to yourself, I'm stupid, I'm unlovable, nothing ever works out for me, I'm always late, I never have enough money, I only have enough money for this, no one loves me, all the men are taken, all the women are taken. Those are affirmations too. And your words and your thoughts and your belief system, which is what all of these laws are based on, are so incredibly powerful. Literally, your thoughts create your reality. And if you don't believe me, think about things that are just practical in this world. Before anything manifests, before anything comes to fruition in this world, it begins as a thought. Whatever device you're watching me on, an iPhone, an Android, a laptop, that started in someone's mind. Someone had to think of a cell phone. Someone had to think of a laptop before it actually came to fruition. Laptops and phones didn't fall out of the sky. Someone had to think of it. Your thoughts become things. Your thoughts create your belief system. Your belief system then informs the words that you say to yourself. The words that you say to yourself then informs the actions that you take. And the actions that you take inform the life that you live. They're all interconnected. So be mindful about what you are affirming in your life. I like to write out my affirmations. I put them on Post-it notes. I put them around where I live. I put them on the mirrors. I say them to myself. I say them in the morning. I write them down. I say them at night. I say them throughout the day. Anytime one affirmation I love, anytime I'm feeling, frustrated or something isn't working out, I just say, I'm so grateful that my life is always so easy. I'm so happy and grateful that my life is always so easy. Everything is always so easy for me. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in my flow. Everything is flowing correctly, exactly how it should be, right? Consciously decide what you are affirming in your life. Because if you're just on autopilot and you're just repeating the same things over and over again, you're just going to keep creating the same thing you've created over and over and over again. Because what you say to yourself, what you believe about yourself, what you assume to be true and believe is what you will attract. If you think there is no love out there, you will not get the love. If you think there's a lack and the scarcity of money, you will not get the money. If you think that there's a lack and scarcity of joy and happiness and peace, you will not get the joy, happiness, and peace. You have to think it, you have to believe it, you have to feel it, and then you get to attract it. Another way to use the law of attraction and the law of assumption is through scripting. And scripting is through journaling and feeling as if what you want to manifest, create, experience in your life is happening or has already happened. So you journal as if you are experiencing it, or if you are reflecting on your experience. It's either in present or past tense, not future. And what I mean by that is you're not writing in a journal, I'm going to buy a new home. I'm going to get married. I'm going to um, get this promotion, or whatever it is. No, you're not going to do anything. You already have it. You assume that it is. You assume that you have it. You assume that you have already received it. And from that place of as if it is true, from that belief system of assumption, you then write it out. That looks like, I am enjoying living in my new home. We have so many bedrooms. We have this, that, and the third, whatever it is. I'm loving being in this wonderful relationship, with my partner. He is so understanding. Today we had the best date. We went to This stuff hasn't happened yet, but you are writing it. You are scripting it as if it is happening, or if you are expressing gratitude for it already has happened. I'm so happy that I got the promotion at my job. I'm making like 3 times as much money as I was making before. The position is great. I love my coworkers. We always go out to lunch at this place, whatever it is. You are literally scripting the ideal life that you want to have. So the way you can get into this mode is, imagine a dream day in your life. In this grand life that you want to live, just imagine a dream day and write it out as if you are living it right now, or if it has happened. That is scripting. That is getting into the mode of assumption that it is yours. And you feel it. You see what you would see that day. You smell what you would smell that day. You taste what you would taste that day. You feel what you would touch that day. You want to get really clear, and you want to see it, and you want to feel it as if it is happening. And then when you get into that vibration of it is, I have it, my assumption, my belief is that it is possible for me because I've already experienced, I already had it. You have no choice but to attract it to you through God, through divinity, through the universe, through whatever you want to call it. But there is a greater force. There is this greater energy out there. Love, whatever resonates with you, that is here to support you. But the way you tap into that divinity, that support, that guidance, that ease, that flow is through your thoughts. It's through your belief system. It's through your subconscious mind. It's through making decisions based on that place of worthiness and value and love. That is how you tap into it. That is how you assume who you are, what you want to be, what you want to have, what you want to do. And then that is how you attract it to you through God, universe, the divine, infinite. The other way is to create a vision board. We all know the vision boards, right? Get your either do it, you can do a digital one, you can do one with like magazines and poster boards, but get clear on the life you want to create for yourself. What does it look like? What do you experience? What do you have? What kind of car do you drive? What house do you live in? Are you traveling? What do you do for a living? What is your lifestyle like? Get a vision board. And then meditate on that board. Again, feel it, see it for yourself, live in it as if it is already yours. Assume that this life is possible for you. Assume that you already have it, and you will attract it into your life. And then last but not least, these are kind of intertwined, change your behavior. Act from a place, make decisions from a place of who you are becoming, as if you already are that person. How would you move in this world? How would you show up in this world if you were wealthy, if you were confident, if you were happy, if you were whole, if you were all of the things that you want to do? If you were these things, if you were that businesswoman, if you were that businessman, if you were that entrepreneur, if you were that whatever it is, whatever it is that you want to be, if you were that highest version of yourself, how would you show up in this world? Would you be able to create healthy boundaries? Would you be able to invest in yourself, right? Because people who are the highest versions of themselves know that their well-being, their success, their health, their happiness is their first and best priority. So they're not scared to invest in themselves. They know that when they put something in for themselves, it gives God, universe, the divine, the infinite, the permission to pour in radical and miraculous ways, right? So if you were that highest version of yourself, how would you show up in this world? How would you show up for yourself and make decisions and take actions from that place, from that place of your future self? And that is the quickest way to get from where you are to where you know that you're going, to the vision that you have for yourself. And take inspired action. When you have your intuition give you those divine nudges, go to this coffee shop, read this book, reach out to that person, go left, don't go right. Take those divine nudges. Trust yourself enough to listen to yourself, to listen to that little voice inside. Take the inspired action, because when you move, you empower God, universe, source, the divine, the infinite to move. I always say, my feet, your fire. My feet, your fire. So I'm going to take my inspired action. I'm going to do what I need to do. But I need to give the universe, God, source, infinite, whatever you call it, something to anoint, something to bless, something to put a fire under. My feet, your fire. So when you take that inspired action based on your now self-affirming, self-believing, belief system, self-concept of who you are, who you get to be, and what you get to do, and what you get to have in this world, and you take inspired action on that, sit back and wait and be ready for the universe, God, source, divine to blow your mind. But it all starts with you. What do you believe for yourself? What do you believe to be true about who you are and what you can have and what you can do? And when you get clear on that and you take control on that, and then you use the tools we talked about, get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. And with that, I want to leave you all with a challenge. So I want you to pick one dream that you want to manifest, that you want to experience, and comment below as if you have just achieved that dream. It can be, I just bought my new home. I just booked my dream job. I just got engaged. I just reached my health goals. I just reached my finance goals. I just got to travel to a new country. I just got to, whatever it is, whatever it is, I want you to pick one dream. And I challenge you to write it below in the comment section as if you have just received it, and let me know, how does that feel for you? How does that feel to know that you just achieved your dreams? So that is it. That is how you use the law of assumption, your self-concept, your belief system to activate the law of attraction, to attract and to manifest what it is that you actually want, believe, and assume to be true about you and your life, and what you can have and what you can do. So if you found value in this, please rate, subscribe, like, and share. Share this with a friend who you want to go on your law of attraction, law of assumption journey with. And as always, I'm Candy Washington. Thank you so, so, so much. If you want more guidance, if you want a supportive community, if you want weekly coaching, if you want endless resources on how to attract more joy, wealth, and love into your life, then be sure to check out our Lux Life VIP group. It is linked below in the show notes and in the description box, so you can join us there. Until next time, be well, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!